Here we go. A busy day from Wichita is underway, and SIUE controls the tip. Houston known so much for their defense. Let's see what they do against Rashawn Taylor. Oh, how about that right out of the gate? Kyle Thomas with the jam.
How about that start? Slip to the bucket, wide open the lane. Completely no D in there. What a shocker.
I loved it because that's the way you loosen up pressure. The go screen, don't set it. Great hands, catch it, and finish.
Ryan Baroni said, we are going to invite Houston to the house, but we are not going to let them through the door. Talking about their defense. LJ Cryer, Tugler, Cryer, high post right side. A lot of traffic there. Gives it off to Sharp. Shot clock at 2. Lets it go. No good. Rebound tipped out. And here's Cryer for 3. Off the front of the rim. No good. Tipped out again. But it's going to be over the back for JoJo Tugler.
Cool.
And for Houston, they have to play free. There's a reason why they're the #1 seed. They check a lot of boxes and why they're one of the top teams and talented teams in the country. They just got to play.
And you just see what they do there. Their defense, their hands, they're moving every which way. Here's this first bucket for SIUE.
Watch the slip right here. What a great job by Kyle Thomas to get in space. A scripted set off the jump ball. Really good job by Brian Baroni's team to be ready to go.
2-0, SIU Edwardsville. Ryan Taylor gives it up to Rashawn Taylor. He's the leading scorer, 19.4. All-time leading scorer in school history. Shot clock at 1. They let it fly. No good. And an easy rebound pulled down by Houston.
Transition defense, the other thing too, Steve. SIUE has to get back. You saw no one go to the glass. They got to load up on the defensive end.
Uzan with his leaner. And it's comfortable.
He has been so good. I mean, I love his pace. I love his poise. He plays off 2 feet. He's been playing extremely well for Houston.
Yeah, Kelvin Sampson told us the last 6 weeks he has been playing at a different level. And a jam by Brian Taylor, who got free in the lane.
So far, so good for SIUE handling this pressure. They look comfortable there.
And getting to the rim. This is not mid-range jump shots. This is rolling hard or slipping to the interior.
Roberts backing his way in. Roberts into the paint, spin move, touch off the glass with his left hands.
Yeah, but I know he's coming back to his left. Nothing you can do about it.
Come on. I mean, if you let that single coverage go all day, that's going to happen all game.
Well, there's that double team up top on Rashawn Taylor. He had to give it up. He'll get it back, though, from the logo. No good. That is his range, by the way.
Yeah, it is, for sure. I mean, he shot that with confidence. And you can see the smile on his face. He thought he had knocked that one down. Deb, I love this one. Bang. The next bang, you get a chance to feel it. You spin off of him. 2 points.
And it's so hard to help. They clear it out. They do such a good job of running stuff away from that isolation. So there's no help, and you can't bring 2.
And by the way, the ankle injury, which kept him out of the Big 12 championship, he looks like he's hopping pretty good.
Yeah, looked good in practice yesterday, too.
Cryer cans the 3, 7-4 Houston.
Yeah, but he's so good. He's so patient. Just a guy that you can't go under. And if you go over, he's pretty good at knocking down floaters.
He's got Cryer on the back of his jersey, but he should have winner. All that guy has done is win. 4
Big 12 championships, started at Baylor. Taylor gets some space. Taylor for 3, no good, too strong. So he's missed 2 shots early on.
That is not going to deter him at all. He will look to see a big basket early, and Brian Baroni doesn't mind him taking a lot of shots.
Yeah, he said sometimes I whine about it, but he thinks I'm just cheering for him. SIU Edwardsville. Who are they? Well, they're located in Edwardsville, Illinois, just across the line from Missouri. Notable alums, how about those names? Ed Hightower, Dwayne Statz, the voice of the Tampa Bay Rays. First Division I NCAA appearance.
You know, Ed Hightower, I love him now. Didn't like him when I was playing.
Cryer, runner, off to the side. Rebound pulled down by Roberts. Uzan down low. Roberts got position, cut off by Thompson. Shot clock at 10. Uzan. Boy, he's a magician in the paint.
He has played so well, as you mentioned, Steve. Second team all Big 12. And in the last couple of weeks, he's really shown confidence in reading the second level so much better, and his float game is outstanding.
And in that Big 12 championship game, 25 points, 8 of 6 from the field. Also had 4 rebounds and 4 assists. He is coming on strong.
Yeah, Houston feels like he's a totally different player than he was when he was at Oklahoma. Holt puts it on the deck. 3 up top by the other Taylor. It's an air ball. Malif with the save, but it goes into the hands of Uzan. Pryor draws the defense. Sharp up top for 3. No good. In and out, then back in.
Well, this is the best three-point shooting team combined with an elite level defense that Kelvin Sampson has had. 40% from the backcourt, all outside the arc, including Sharp and Pryor.
And Deb, you know this, that was a miss for Sharp. And if you get one of those to go down, you feel good about the next one.
And Thompson's able to get some separation. So that ends a 10-0 run. Maybe that stabilizes things a little bit for SIU Edwardsville.
Some size for a 16 seed, don't you think?
I think so.
Remember, there have only been 2 16 seeds since the pool expanded to 64 to win against a 1. It's so hard to do, and Roberts just cutting to the hoop. He's powerful.
Playing in that middle third, he draws 2, he waits, delivers it to Roberts. Perfect timing.
How about what he said when he didn't play in the Big 12 championship? He said it was fun. He said, I got to sit there and coach up my team.
I disagree. It's not fun when you're not playing there.
No way.
No way.
14:29 to play. We've got 2 Cougars. You got to be careful with the names, and you have to know that they're on the prowl. Eight-point lead. Houston is on top of SIU Edwardsville. Let's check in with A.J. Ross.
Tom Grayshawn Taylor is something of an anomaly, not just for SIUE, but college hoops. He's been with the school for 5 years. He's played for 4, and he's overcame 3 ACL tears. He told me his mom instilled loyalty into him at an early age, and his relationship with Coach Baroni also compelled him to stay with the school. And now that loyalty is paying off. He was named OVC Player of the Year, and he's the school's all-time leading scorer. They need him to step up today, guys.
Yeah, Brian Baroni asked him when he was a senior in high school, he said, you can come here, be special, and be appreciated. And I think he certainly has been for SIU Edwardsville.
Can you imagine 3 ACLs and the rehab that comes with it? And every time you're rehabbing, you're waiting for a moment like this in March Madness. He's going to have his moment today.
Shot clock down to 5. Houston with the ball. Pryor with a beautiful crossover. Step back 3. It's good.
Come on. That is too good.
That is so good, Dad, to be able to create your own shot and also to be able to shoot a contested. That was a contested 3. He made it look easy.
Came into this game with 89 double-figure games in his career. Remember, he had 30 points in an NCAA tournament game against Creighton.
There's the double to the block. You have to throw the skip.
And Pope can't convert. Ball tipped around, and the rebound pulled down by Houston.
So right there, that pass and that shot has to be converted for them to have a chance.
Or to some household names in the women's game, putting their game on display coming up on the women's side. Just great hustle right here by Grayshawn Taylor. Sometimes that kind of play can get you going emotionally.
He averages about 33 minutes a game, so he doesn't sit out that often. Pryor thinks about a 3, too strong. Ball tipped around, saved by Wilson, and picked up by Houston.
That's offense, too, for them. We talked about in the open. They get on the glass, one of the best in college basketball. This is a beautiful move.
Uzan off the glass. I'm telling you, in the paint, he's had 3 magician-like plays.
He set him up with the crossover, but be able to take the angle, Dad, get his shoulder behind the past the defender, and then finish with the opposite hand.
19-6, Houston is on top. Dillon up top. He's been a huge boost. Declan Dillon coming back from stitches in the OVC championship game. Taylor throws it up, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds.
Watch Uzan turn the corner right here. Does such a good job of crossing up on the switch. He's got a bigger defender on him, and he sees a wide open lane. When he's been going to the paint lately, he's going to score. He's not looking to make a play for somebody else. I think it's a great way to set up their three-point shooting.
Uzan averages 11.5 per game. He has 6 already today in this first half. 12.5 to play. Thompson bouncing down to the baseline. You got to be careful there because they'll come with the double. Shot clock down to 5. They feed inside. Sakanis kicks it out to Taylor, and it goes off Doug Schau's out of bounds.
So the double is designed to try to keep the ball on the same side. And SIUE is doing the right thing, Steve. They're finding the cross-court pass, but you got to be ready to catch and shoot it. Or you got to pump fake and attack the closeout because you know the rotation is coming.
And you know they worked on it, but you cannot simulate this type of pressure. That's the bad part. I mean, they come with force, they come with high hands, and you got to make a good pass out of those double teams.
They feed inside, get it to Francis, backing his way in, spin move baseline, too strong and too fast.
And on this end, the bigs for SIUE have to play straight up one-on-one, and they have to guard their matchup because you can't bring help to the low block on those. Too many good three-point shooters around it.
Dillon double team for a moment, gets it to Thompson. Thompson down the right side. He's got to be careful with the dribble. There's that double team. And he's trying to cut right through it, and he forces the turnover. Wilson knifes his way into the paint. Too strong off the back of the iron.
I almost thought that was basket interference. Somebody grabbed the net.
They did.
Dillon from the free throw line. Runner is good.
Good job by Dillon. When I'm looking at Miles Thompson, you saw the double team coming. He accepted it too much. You got to get rid of it quickly.
Yeah, sometimes less is more when you're attacking this Houston defense.
Well, if you're going to stretch that trap, you only can stretch it like one dribble, not 2, 3, or 4, because then they're just going to load up.
How about Uzan with a friendly bounce off the front and the back of the rim?
Confidence, and you can see he is playing with a pace and a confidence that is second to none to a lot of players in this tournament. 9
points so far, 4 for 4 from the floor. Dillon trying to get to the basket. Inside, Sakanis is fouled going up.
I mean, Sakanis is working in there. I mean, he's a big body. He is trying hard to get a seal on the interior. But this is Uzan. What a start. The Cougars are rolling early as the #1 seed in the Midwest.
Moments ago, A.J. Ross caught off with Kelvin Sampson.
Coach, your team on a 22-4 run. What do you like about the balance and pace to start this one?
The first game in this tournament is always a little bit of jitters and nervous energy. I think both teams kind of got that out early, and we kind of settled in. I don't know that we're doing anything great. We're doing everything pretty good right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
It's amazing. You guys, Debbie and Steve, you guys combined to play in 6 NCAA tournaments. Is it true, the first game at Butterflies?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't know your opponent usually. I mean, in a different crowd, different setting, you're usually a little nervous, but Houston didn't look too nervous to me.
They look pretty good, actually.
Good, not great.
Well, I think what Kelvin Sampson is seeing is a wider picture here, right? I mean, it's a bigger vision. You're the 1 seed. You have all the tools in your kit that you need. You have to have a few things go your way also.
There's certainly luck involved in this. A little different defense now for SIUE.
To the 1-3-1. Show some zone. See if they can protect inside out better.
Sharp way over the top of that zone, and it's good. He's 7 feet beyond the arc.
Right in the slot where you should be against the 1-3-1. And he just locks and loads.
27-9.
SIUE, you're saying, hey, what can we do right now? We've gone to a zone. We play pretty good man-to-man. They are just knocking down shots.
Pickett skips it to the corner. Malik thought about the 3. Shot clock under 10. Game clock under 10 as well. Taylor from the free throw line. A little too strong. An easy rebound pulled down by Francis. And now the transition offense for Houston.
Well, it's the speed at which they accelerate through their offensive actions on this end of the floor and their excellent defensive habits on the other end. They really speed the other team up.
Wilson dives into this defense. Francis in the paint. Strong spin move. And he's fouled. Love it. I can't deny it. As Francis goes to the line, 71% free throw shooter.
Yeah, but what I really love about Houston, just watching them in person, watching them on film, watching them on the games, they do not take bad shots. They are disciplined. They share the basketball. Could share it a little bit more, but this is a team you would think at times with a big lead like this, somebody would go for their own. They continuously stay good basketball. They play the right way.
Well, it's incredible habits and it's repetition and it's clearly an identity that everyone knows that Houston has, right? As we see a lane violation here, which means Francis gets another chance.
They missed the first two, gets a third and converts.
I love their habits. I love their energy. I love the way they're connected on both ends. And everybody talks culture and identity. Well, you know what Kelvin Sampson's teams are going to do. You know the identity they bring on the defensive end and how well they've played offensively this year. And you're back-to-back Big 12 champions.
Yep. Brian Taylor down to the low post will lead that extra pass to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor is going to go to the free throw line as Wilson is called for the foul. Well, how about Uzan and what he's done inside and a little outside, too?
He's been fantastic to start this game. Let's watch some of his plays. As you can see, that's a tough shot, made it look easy. Then the crossover, gets to his left hand, lays it. Then the three-point shot. This is the one I love as a shooter. Touch all the rim, but as long as it goes in.
Son of a coach, only the fourth point guard that Kelvin Sampson has had in the last 10 years. And you got to be good if you're going to be a point guard in Houston.
Well, you mentioned his 25 career points against Arizona in the title game. The stretch over the Big 12 tournament, he averaged 16 points. He went to the free throw line, 12 for 13. That's the other part of his game. He's been aggressive, looking to get downhill. It's a really nice weapon on the top of the floor on the offensive end.
Rayshawn Taylor converts the free throws. 13 possessions, 11 field goals for Houston so far.
This could be a positive for Taylor. Got the chance to see 2 free throws go in. They need him to score.
Cryer cuts to the basket. Cryer too hard off the glass. It goes out toward the baseline and then out of bounds. Brian Taylor lost it out of bounds.
I don't know if he was out of bounds, Deb.
Let's see. No, I think the ball was live.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So too.
Sometimes the officials will tell you the plays that are right in front of them on the baseline are some of the hardest ones to referee.
Shot clock under 5. Uzan crosses over baseline. Pull up Jay off the side of the backboard, and it's a violation.
So there's one stop for Brian Baroni's team. Can they get a couple in a row now and be productive on the other end? You really got to move the ball.
It has to come through Rayshawn Taylor. Not only just scoring it, he's going to have to find a way with the pass off the bounce. He's going to have to create for others and himself to get them back into this game offensively.
Well, he's got the ball in his hand right now. He's directing traffic. He wants to switch the 2 bigs up top. Gets it back off the screen, 17-footer, it's good.
There you go, excellent job. Brian Baroni was orchestrating that entire set from the sideline. Little get action, if you will.
Yes, and he averages 19 points. He has to score for SIUE.
8-13, Cryer doing a little assessing and then over the top of Sakanis, who's almost 7 feet tall.
You go against that shot blocking presence in practice every day that Houston goes against, you got to be good in the float game.
I'm not sure if Malik wants to take that 3. A little too strong.
I would have gone right back to Rayshawn Taylor.
Yes, Tugler has it blocked away by Sakanis.
Sakanis, good job protecting the rim.
Taylor, no look pass to the corner. 3 by Pope, it's good.
Coming off the last timeout, Brian Baroni's team looks a little more settled, a little more confident.
All set up by that block by Sakanis. He has 7 blocks in the last 3 games.
Job by him. No easy buckets.
Uzan knifing his way through the defense, and his runner's good. So Uzan has already popped himself above double figures. That's 11 points in this first half.
So poised, Deb. That runner looks like a free throw. I mean, he cannot get rushed. He's good size for a point guard, and he's locked in right now.
12 for his last 25 coming in. He's got 11 already. Malik Has it knocked away. You got to watch those hands. And Malik has it blocked away. And then out of bounds goes Tugler.
Tugler with that 7'6" wingspan on the ball is so tough. And then the block right here. Houston D locked in.
Houston is on top of SIU Edwardsville, 32-16 here in the first half. Moments ago, AJ caught up with Brian Baroni.
Coach, you talked about Rayshon Taylor getting moved around in this matchup on and off the ball, and Polk got a good shot in transition there. What else do you need to see from your team to close the gap here?
Well, we got to fix the top ball screen right now. They've hurt us in transition, kind of dancing up top of the top ball screen. I think we've got some good shots. Ray missed a couple good looks right there. Dez had a good look earlier. I kind of like from an offensive standpoint, if we keep doing what we were doing, making the shot, but defensively, we got to fix that top ball screen right now and just communicate better.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Brian Baroni's done a great job with SIUE. The son of a coach, his dad Tony was a college basketball coach. He was actually recruited by Kelvin Sampson when Sampson was at Oklahoma when he was transferring from Texas A&M. Said he was very close to going to Oklahoma, but he went to Marquette to play for Tom Crean.
Tom Crean called the OVC championship. It was a proud moment for both. Of course, Coach Crean's had an influence on so many different people in this tournament, including Brian Baroni. Spoke so confidently about his experience with him.
How about that putback by Francis? I mean, his arm was about 3 feet above the rim.
They have some length, wingspan, size. And just to talk about Tom Crean, he was my assistant coach at Michigan State, one of the best. And then Coach Baroni talked about it. He played and coached with Tom Crean. Bless his heart.
Taylor missed the three.
Get a text in about 2 minutes.
He was the best. Helped me so much.
Here's Roberts cutting to the basket. No good. Rebound is pulled down by Francis.
Look at this hustle.
Yeah, battle for that loose ball. They just squirt it down. And a little push by Rayshon Taylor. Well, Brian Baroni was emotional following SIU Edwardsville win in the OVC championship. He brought out his scissors that he had framed when he took over the program in 2019. And kind of like Ted Lasso with the Believe sign, you know, we are in Wichita, he had it over the door of the locker room, and he used those scissors to cut down the nets.
I mean, I couldn't stop watching it. It was such a moment between Coach Baroni and Rayshon Taylor, the guy he, as AJ reported earlier, really believed in him. In his 5th year with 3 ACLs, and here he is playing in the NCAA tournament.
Brian Baroni was an assistant coach at SIUE before he became the head coach. Francis, second free throw, good.
Just a great story. And I want to go back to how hard, and Deb knows this, 3 ACLs as a point guard. I mean, to come back and just play at a high level on both ends, that's the one thing I like. And you can see he put in a lot of work because he looks good.
You just know that young man's going to be successful whatever he does next.
And how about this? He's not even wearing a brace on either one of those knees now. Great vision, shot clock under 10. Dillon feeds it. Sakanis caught at the post. Turnaround hook shot is good. Got to be careful about getting interference with that net there by Dillon.
And Sakanis all of 6'11", and he plays bigger with his length. He's done a nice job inside.
Came in with 19 points in the last 3, and Cryer's foul going up by Dillon. And now Cryer 91.5% from the free throw line for the season. Here's that block.
I think with his left hand and on the body. That's what I believe Doug Schaus, the official, saw.
Doug Schaus, Antonio Petty, and Jason Baker, the officiating crew. All did great job this regular season to earn the right to become an official in the NCAA tournament.
There's that same set, except for Rayshon Taylor was on the top of the floor. They get him off the ball.
Thompson skips it. Up top for Taylor, extra pass for Dillon. Thompson again in the corner, shot clock at 5, bobbles it as he dribbles. Just so tough against this defense.
If you get a good shot, you have to take it. If you work for a great shot, it's going to be too much, and then on the other end, this is what's going to happen. I thought SIUE turned down 2 good looks to make an extra pass.
I am totally with you. You got to take that shot, and right now you can see Houston is rolling.
Back here at Wichita, where they are embracing the chance to be part of the NCAA tournament. Here's our tournament summary. Big 12 dominant consistency. Record 11 straight season with at least 6 bids. At the Doghouse, Wichita hosts 3 of the 6 Bulldog mascots in college basketball. Brett Yormark is the commissioner of the Big 12. He's got to be happy with the way his conference is represented in the NCAA tournaments. Houston has 1 loss this year in the regular season.
Oh, we've got Texas Tech here as well in our bracket. I think it's been incredible. Full houses, and you know Brett Yormark is creative about and very inventive about what he wants to do with basketball in the Big 12. It's going to be fun to watch what happens next.
A little change in defense again for SIUE. The 3 no good. Francis with a two-handed slam.
Francis has been fantastic off the bench for Houston. 9 points and 5 rebounds.
He's had those 2 follows so far that have just been remarkable. Dillon forces the action that is fouled. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the first half. It's all Houston outside and then there to clean it up. Well, the good news so far is SIUE has only turned the ball over 4 times. The bad news is Houston is able to do everything they want offensively so far in this first half.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Houston has done a nice job knocking down threes, getting to the second level and knocking down floaters or at the rim. And then when they miss shots, they got 8 offensive rebounds for 10 second chance points. I mean, LJ Cryer has knocked down threes. They have looked extremely well shooting the basketball. They have gotten the bounce. And then, oh, by the way, if they miss it, they go get it. And this has been fantastic. 6 for 11 to start. This is a well-oiled machine there.
And I don't think Coach Sampson is happy about one thing they've done today. Watching
like you said, it's the bigger picture.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you love that edge about what he understands it will require to get his team all the way to the Final Four.
Declan Dillon, the transfer from Division II Winona State, missed both free throws. 78% free throw shooter coming in. A little pressure now by SIUE.
Extended pressure.
Zen.
Looks like a 3-2.
And I got my eye on Francis. He's doing a good job of moving without the ball. Hasn't touched it yet.
The 1-3-1 allowed them to get slot threes. The 3-2 should take away the slot 3.
Zen shot clock at 3, gives up the pass. Shot clock at 1. Count the bucket. Arsenault was able to get it to roll around. It's a 2-point field goal. And that's the largest lead for Houston so far today.
I mean, of the personnel on the floor from the perimeter, that's the option number 3, right?
Yes.
So your 3-2 actually late in the clock did a nice job, except for they just got better shot makers.
The answer is no good. Dillon with the deflected rebound, bounce pass off the glass. Beautiful offense as Polk is able to lay it in.
Great patience by Dillon. Let the play develop. He's doing a nice job as a playmaker.
You know, one thing Brian Baroni said about Dillon is that he's the perfect guy coming off the bench because he'll do anything to make sure the team is successful. 2.5 to play here in the first half. The number 1 seed against the 16 seed. Houston is up by 22. Roberts down low. Little 2-man game with the bigs. Coming up on AT&T at the half, get all the scores and highlights, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Teams that are dancing for the first time in college basketball. High Point taking on Purdue as we speak. SIUE Omaha, and then Cal San Diego. Francis makes the first one. Substitutions. Wilson back in for Houston. Brian Taylor checks back in for SIUE.
Yeah, Francis has been so good. You know, it's hard to, sometimes if you're not a post player, they don't throw it into you. You're not a guy that can get it off the bounce and get your own shot. You got to play off others, and he's done a nice job so far in this first half.
And as a senior, he is what we like to say, a star in your role. He understands what his responsibilities are when he comes in the game.
Runs hard.
Uzan doing some assessing.
There's that high ball screen that Brian Baroni told AJ about. Much better job defending it.
Roberts pounds it off the back of the iron. Ball tipped around. SIUE with the rebound. Canis has had a good first half.
Yes, I thought he got a little piece of that one. Going up.
Taylor. The Pickett. They would need a 3 here just to kind of relax things. They're 1 for 10, but they get the 2, and Taylor cutting the hoop.
See, this possession, no ball screen action, all passing, cutting, and maybe that's a way that you can find some easy buckets at the rim. It's a good adjustment by Brian Baroni.
Just constant motion.
That way you keep 2 away from coming to the ball.
You know what, Tom? Deb has me on Calvin Sampson watch. He is upset over there. He got his hands crossed. He is mad.
So SIUE forces the turnover. Pickett along the perimeter. Sakanis takes the handoff, finds it back to Pickett.
Good job of getting rid of it. Good catch.
That's a really good catch. Kicks it out. Brian Taylor for 3. No good. That's part of the issue now. They're 1 for 11 from beyond the arc, and we got a jump ball. And the possession goes to SIUE.
Here's the possession I'm talking about. No ball screen action, everything passing, cut. Good rub off of Sakanis. Nice job right here, and good hustle by SIUE to get the jump ball and possession. And when you're going against a defense like, well, they're going to go the other way.
Yeah, they switched it.
Switched the arrow. It's going back to Houston. I was going to say, when you're going against that kind of defense and you have a dead ball situation, Steve, you know situational offense so important for an underdog.
And in my SIUE, I'm like, ref, you just took my confidence away. You said it was our ball, and now it's Houston's ball.
Somebody was quick on the trigger with the possession hour. Cryer cans the 3.
And they come down and knock down the 3.
He has 12.
Is it not textbook? Is it not beautiful, Steve? I mean, you would know. I'm sitting next to one of the great shooters of all time. To me, that is gorgeous.
I mean, he has it in his pocket. He shoots it at an L. He followed throughs. He watches it go in. He's a big-time shooter.
Less than a second difference between shot clock and game clock, but SIUE will hold it for one last shot. Under 10. Now to 5. Taylor, his hands. That was a big steal. Uzan from midcourt to Cryer for 3. Yes!
Defense to offense, damn, that is beautiful basketball.
Tugler's length and the deflections that he creates, the extra possession, time and score.
Previous shot is under review.
Cryer lets it fly. That is good.
He has 15. They right now have 52. They're just reviewing it to make sure it was good, and it was. Let's check in with AJ Ross, who's with Milos Uzan.
That's right, Milos leading the way with 14 points, but collectively you all shot 60%, crashed the boards for 20 rebounds. How do you keep the pedal to the gas in the second half?
Yeah, we just got to keep going. Keep going. We got another 20 minutes, so just got to keep going.
And as far as your ball distribution, how would you assess that?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
As far as your ball distribution in the first half, how would you assess that?
I mean, it was good. We take care of the ball. We don't have many turnovers. We're playing unselfish, so that's why we're making shots.
Good luck, Milos. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
10 assists on 10 field goals. Pretty darn good. That's the end of the first half with the score. Houston up 52-24. We'll send you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Back here in Wichita, where Houston is on top of SIUE as we begin the second half. Let's take a look at the Coke Zero Sugar first half stats. We got a lot highlighted here, guys. I mean, there's a lot going on for Houston.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the one thing that sticks out for me is the three-point shot. They are 8 for 13, 20 rebounds, a lot of them on the offensive end. They just had a fantastic first half.
Well, along with Steve Smith and Deb Antonelli and A.J. Ross will join us in a little bit. I'm Tom McCarthy. It was a dominating performance in the first half by the #1 seed here in the Midwest, even though Kelvin Sampson didn't seem all that happy about it.
I didn't think he looked happy. I mean, but I think it's because he has a bigger picture in mind. I mean, he knows exactly what his team needs to do, what they need to look like, how they need to perform on this stage. I think they did that in the first half, but I think he's just keeping the guys with an edge.
You're totally right there, but I will have to say for the guys, as a player, they play fantastic.
Oh.
Nothing else they could have did right. They play a great basketball on both ends.
All right, this is what SIUE needs more of in the second half, a little bit of cutting.
I think this is the adjustment going into the second half. Instead of a lot of ball screen heavy offense, you need to get away from 2 on the ball. So pass, cut, move without the ball, space the floor, try to pull the bigs away from the bucket, to create some driving lanes. They did have 10 baskets. They did assist on all 10 of those baskets. I think that's what I'm looking for in the second half.
And how about Cryer in the first half? Here's his shot chart, and he was smooth from beyond the arc and also penetrating.
Yeah, he was. I mean, LJ did a nice job. 5 for 10, 4 for 7. Got to the free throw line, 15 big points. Also had 4 assists and no turnovers. That is huge.
All right, SIUE with the basketball to start the second half. The winner moves on to take on the winner of Gonzaga and Georgia. That's our second game coming up. They feed down low. Malif kicks it out to the corner. 3 short with the offensive board. Malif to the free throw line. 17-footer, doesn't get the roll. And a rebound pulled down by Tugler.
No ball screen on that, Steve. They move the ball. They get a good look. They got to make some shots now.
I mean, Deb, you called it. No ball screens. Did a nice job getting good looks. But at the end of those offensive possessions, if you can't knock down shots, it's going to be a tough night. They are 1 from 12 now from beyond the arc.
Yeah, it's the college basketball game right now. You've got to be able to hit some threes, unless you're Gonzaga. Then you don't really need to. There's a little kiss off the glass by the powerful Jawan Roberts.
And if you leave to double, he is going to pass it to a 3-point shooter beyond the arc. It's a really nice job of clearing out and letting him go ISO one-on-one.
Feed inside, ball is kicked around, and Kyle Thomas, who picked up 2 fouls early for SIUE, back in the game, couldn't corral it.
They need his size and presence at the rim.
Cryer for 3, no good. Polk with the rebound. Tempo picked up a little bit for SIUE.
It has. Nice job by them. Back to the ball screens, but keep moving it. I'm so impressed there with Houston's defense. They close the touch, chop their feet. One of the best closeout teams I've seen.
Malif gets to the free throw line. There's the double, and there's the steal as Tugler goes to the floor hard. This was pretty nasty at the end.
It is, and I had his leg caught underneath. Glad he got up and he's walking pretty good.
But that's what Houston does. Their hands are everywhere.
They have the best defensive habits. They close, high hands, those short, choppy steps you're talking about. They're connected. They communicate.
They lead it by 30 against the 16 seed here in the Midwest. 3 up top, and it's no good. And a rebound taken out by Ray Chantel.
That time they do bring a double. They do a good job of passing it back out.
It was. I mean, SIUE did a good job of doubling, gave up a wide open shot. Fortunately for them, they did knock it down.
They kick it up top to Polk. Now goes to Brian Taylor. Taylor goes right to the rim and lays it in.
Can't help off of Cryer. He's in the corner for 3. A nice drive down the lane line.
Straight line drives. That's what I think they need. More of those. Pass it around, get an angle, get the defense off balance just a little bit and drive it extremely hard.
And just keep playing your game, not worry about the score at this point, right?
That's right. Don't look at the scoreboard right now. Just play, speed the game up. You've seen some full court pressure. You've seen them accelerate through their offense.
I just love this. As you can see, catch it, drive it, and the rotations, they are so locked in, Houston, but both guys wanted to close out.
Well, they got confused right there
Yes.
on whether they were switching or not. And
By the way, they called a foul on Rayshawn Taylor. So that'll send Uzan to the free throw line. Uzan 14 points so far. And here's the first. It's good. Steve, you're going to build anything in the offseason? Anything, you're going to build anything in the offseason?
Guy on my golf game. I was talking to Deb.
yeah. We're going to be hitting the links soon.
Yes.
Almost 3 minutes into this second half. It's a 30-point lead for Houston, the #1 seed. And a foul up top. This is Houston against teams outside the top 200 net ranking. SIUE at 216.
Total dominance there.
Total
just
dominance.
Look at the record.
They pass the eye test for sure when they show up and roll up out with their laces tied.
Brian Taylor, good one-on-one move to get free.
That's the only way you can beat them. You know, you can't go too much one-on-one, but like you said, Deb, you can't run screen and roll. They're so good.
Uzan trying to answer, kicks it out. Sharp for three, no good.
Good job contesting on the closeout. Hand in the face of Sharp.
All right, that ball was deflected out of bounds. Doug Schaus says it was touched last by SIU Edwardsville. And it will be Houston basketball with 20 on the shot clock.
The first contested shot I've seen them take Houston. Not a bad shot, but just they get good shots.
Tugler pounding his way in, doesn't get the roll. Ball tipped out. And Brian Taylor, whose cousin is Rayshawn Taylor. Brian going to the basket, and he's bumped.
Really nice job to absorb the contact and still get it up on the glass.
That is Uzan called for his first, second team foul. And it sends Brian Taylor to the free throw line. SIU Edwardsville, they have these t-shirts that talk about family, put family in basketball. Well, it's never closer than Brian Taylor and Rayshawn Taylor, who are cousins. And he converts the first free throw. It's all part of the culture that Brian Baroni has built at SIU Edwardsville. And here are the shirts. You know, they have the manager's family on there. They have the athletic trainer's family on there. They have Brian Baroni's family on there. Just to kind of bring everybody together. AJ, it's just a great way to build culture at a university.
Absolutely, and it's very genuine, obviously, with Rayshawn and Brian. When I spoke with Rayshawn about playing with his cousin, he said it's really cool because they actually went to camp together at SIUE when they were little kids. They were about 6 and 8, so this is a full circle moment playing on the same team and playing in the tournament, guys.
Yeah, in fact, Brian Baroni said that, you know, Brian Taylor can kind of take over next year from Rayshawn Taylor, who will graduate. Pryor for three, no good. Ball is up and a foul. I think they're going to get Sakanis for the foul.
Yeah, Francis did his work early, Deb. Shot went up. He just buried the defender down under the post and got a chance to grab the basketball, and it's definitely a foul.
Yeah, he's got him wrapped up right there.
Well, if they don't see it, it gets away with it, it's okay.
Houston's missed their last 5 shots.
Here's Francis, who ends that.
I mean, that's beautifully done.
He's been so good.
He really does well in his role. That's some interchangeable parts, though.
He has 13 points. They allowed him to slap the logo of Houston onto the bracket after they won the Big 12 championship because he had such a huge dunk in that game. Taylor for three and no good. Ball tipped around and it's out of bounds. Touched last by Houston.
Well, let's watch the way they score the basketball with these. Nice spin, nice touch with the left. Houston up a lot.
Houston fans are feeling good about themselves. SIU East fans are happy to be here. We mentioned Brian Baroni's dad, Tony Baroni. He was a longtime basketball coach, won an NCAA tournament game while the head coach of Creighton. In 1991, they knocked off 6th seed New Mexico State in the first round. And he talked so glowingly about his dad, about his mom. It was really emotional speaking with him yesterday.
You know, he carries the mask cards of both his parents in his pocket on game day, and he reads them right before the game. It's something he's always done, and we know that his dad, Tony, would be really, his mom would be really proud of what Brian has been able to do. What a first-class young coach he has become.
Doubt.
He has. I mean, you can just tell he has a great pulse with his team, watching him practice. A lot of energy. Happy to see him, and he's done an excellent job here with SIUE.
Shot clock is at 5. Dillon has it deflected. Sakanis loses it out of bounds, but off Houston. So 2.4 on the shot clock.
You got time for a catch and one dribble. I'd look for maybe Sakanis in the middle.
Rayshawn Taylor not in. They go to Sakanis. There you go. And he lays it off the front of the rim. He had the shot. He just kind of faded away from it.
I give SIUE a lot of credit, Deb. So far in the second half, they've done a nice job. They've held Houston. They've made them take tough shots. So unfortunately, they got to dig themselves out of a big hole.
Well, they've tried to speed up the game. They've extended their defense. They've changed their, away from their ball screen coverage, some more passing cut, which I think has helped them. Got to stay with Houston on the glass, though.
Yep, Rayshawn Taylor back in. Wilson bounce pass to Roberts. Roberts faces up against Thompson. There's the double team. Tried to feed it. Not a great pass, out of bounds. So you mentioned how they've adjusted. It's 6-6 in this second half. And SIUE will have the basketball. Other part of building a program is building that fan base. When they had the selection show, they decided to open up the arena. They weren't sure what they would get. It was sold out. The line was around the building.
That's awesome.
Little double team, Dillon into the paint. Dillon tried to pass, it was cut off and saved by Arsenault on the sideline.
So much length.
Yes.
And Sharp is fouled going up.
You sold that one, Tom.
Thank you. I had one at halftime, so I mean, I'm all ready to go. Houston will inbound off the foul. Tough pass. Ball deflected. Dillon running the floor. Trailing is Miller. Blocked from behind.
Tremendous chase down. I mean,
Unless
if you're Dillon, you got to go a little faster than that.
Or you got to dunk it.
No, he can't dunk it there.
You could sense that something like that was happening. Wilson, fadeaway jumper, no good. Pickett with the rebound. SIUE brings it up. Pickett rightfully pulls it back out. 2.5 minutes without a point. Rayshawn Taylor forced one. And a rebound taken down by Francis. And look at Thompson for the foul.
You watch the closing speed on this one. Right away, you're thinking to yourself, uh-oh. Wow. And he blocks it into their transition game the other way.
He did, and if you're Dillon, you got to get a feel that he's coming. You got to slow up and maybe jump into him, jump backwards, but wow, the closing speed was impressive.
So kind of a quiet second half for both teams. 6.5 in. Houston's won for its last 7 from the floor. They pepper the paint with Arsenault, and the foul called on Thompson.
It's a big part of Kelvin Sampson's offense is to isolate different matchups. You push the ball up the floor. If you push in transition, you automatically can get some matchups that favor. And then you take advantage with an ISO game right here. This is Terrence Arsenault doing a really nice job working his way into the middle of the floor and pulling up at the elbow.
Arsenault was put in the starting lineup when Roberts went down with that injury.
I like him, a sophomore, 6'6". He's another guy with a 7-foot wingspan. He can shoot it. I think he's their most gifted wing from a two-way standpoint, handling the basketball, shooting, and he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, give him credit, too, coming back from an Achilles injury as he rattles that second free throw home. 29-point lead for Houston, the #1 seed. I mentioned only 2 16 seeds have beaten 1 seeds in the history of this tournament. Rayshawn Taylor, tough pass, and was mishandled by Thomas. Wilson running the floor. Miller along the baseline.
Kelvin Sampson able to get some other guys off his bench.
Ooh.
Arsenault with the foul. That's his first. All right, Deb, you've been talking about wingspan.
I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, look at the wingspan on Tugler. He's a 6'8" guy with a 7'6" wingspan. Francis, you go right down the list. This is why they are so connected on the defensive end. We've already seen Tugler get, at least by my count, 3 deflections.
Yes.
I mean, they are really up the line. They're communicating, and when you trap them and you throw that lofty pass over the top, they're able to recover to the weak side.
Yeah, the three-point shot just not falling for SIUE, and it's because of their length. I mean, they're getting out on everything.
They speed you up. It's a part of making you uncomfortable.
Well, just to put it plain and simple, Dad, that's not fair. I mean, you can have guys that's athletic, with that type of speed, and then that type of wingspan. That's definitely an advantage.
Just saw some of those defensive numbers. There's Francis, who swats the inbounds, and the ball deflected out of bounds. It'll be Houston ball.
There's a great example of it. Declan Dillon is listed at 6'1", maybe. Look at the wingspan of Francis all over him, taking his vision away, getting a steal.
.12:40 to play, second half. Score at halftime was 52-24. It's 7-6 Houston in the second half. Arsenault bumps and gets the bounce.
I don't see Kelvin Sampson digging into his offensive bag right now. I think it's just clear it out, go one-on-one, save it for the next.
I think so, but they're still playing at a
They play hard,
intense level on the defensive end.
Well, they play the early game here today, and then if they win, they await the winner of Gonzaga and Georgia. I wonder how he'll manipulate his bench to give guys a little bit of a reprieve. Although
he's been doing it.
Yeah.
I think, I think Coach Sampson has already started doing that, especially when you see Mercy Miller getting early minutes.
Yeah, Miller didn't play much in the Big 12 tournament. He's played only 15 total minutes in that tournament. Wilson outside. Sharp sets up, fires in and out.
And Mercy Miller, the son of Master P.
Master P.
Yes. I'll tell you a cool story. I got a chance to, when he was playing, in a preseason game, I got a chance to play against him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How'd you do against him?
Well, I was in the game at that time.
but you can say you played against him. Malik going off the glass, no good. Sakanis, his foul going up. 61-30, 11:29 to play. Kelvin Sampson has told Brian Baroni that he is extremely proud of him. Right now, though, Kelvin's up by 31.
Well, playing free is what I thought Houston needed to do, and they've absolutely done that. They have played to their identity. It's pretty clear what you're going to get. There's nothing unpredictable about the defensive effort that Houston's going to bring, nor the traps, the ball screen coverage. Yeah, you know what you're going to get. You have to be able to invite it, welcome it, and make plays out of it.
And Steve, they haven't turned the ball over much, but the threes aren't falling because the pressure's on them with the hand to their face.
They haven't, but it was 13 points off those turnovers, and you said it best, Tom. They have not turned it over a lot, but the threes, they haven't knocked down shots. The pressure of getting them to speed up and take shots, contested shots, 1 for 15 from the three-point line.
Yeah, Brian Baroni was honest with us. Said, listen, I'm not naive coming into this game as they feed it down low. Kicking it out, Arsenault for three. Yes, it's good.
Really nice read by Tugler. Great catch in traffic.
Unselfish play by him. Definitely could have went up and scored that one. Got it out, a perfect pass in his pocket. Terrence Arsenault knocked that one down with ease.
And this is the largest lead for Houston so far today. Hope thought about going in. Sakanis was getting position. Tugler, though, was there. Rayshawn Taylor is drawn the foul.
This is unselfish play by Houston. You see the ball go inside. Good steal by Tugler. He takes his defender up the lane. And then the drift along the baseline. It's a really nice feed right in the pocket. Arsenault ready to fire.
That foul was on Malik Wilson. Taylor to the free throw line. And he missed. Taylor's been held to 6 points. Again, he comes into this game averaging 19 and a half.
I mean, it's tough. They have size on him, Tom, and I think for him is he's extremely good off pick and rolls, getting downhill, going one-on-one with this size. He's beating the guy, but here comes the second defender. He's missed a couple open shots. He hasn't played well, but they need him to do so much, and that's going to be a tough task.
If you were on the top of the Houston scatter report from a defensive standpoint, would you get any sleep the night before?
No, not at all. I mean, you have a chance if you have a little bit better size, and I think for him, just to be able to get downhill is tough. They have so many guys, particularly their bigs, that can slide their feet.
Miller for three, no good. Up top, here comes Rashawn Taylor. He's peering up. He thought about going to poke, cutting to the basket. Instead, goes to the left wing. Three, no good. Candace can't come down with the rebound. Tugler was just
Vice grips.
too big.
Once the ball touches his hand,
yeah. Arsenault, they set the screen for him. Arsenault off the glass, it's good.
That's how good Joseph Tugler is right there. JoJo in the twist. And he does it so quickly. He's got great hip mobility. He gets his hips around, sets that screen for Arsenault to go strong right hand.
Scouting report on him is he's a perfect fit for Kelvin Sampson's style for a big man. Is that true, the way he plays?
I mean, I think so. I mean, he can guard 1 through 5. He can score on the block.
It's Candace with the block.
Yeah.
Runs the floor rim to rim.
I think he's a perfect fit for a lot of teams because he does whatever. He stars in his role. As you can see, they have guys that go to the bucket, great rim run, beautiful block shot. You know, SIUE has not played bad. It's just run up against a team in Houston that is so good and so deep.
I mean, what a season, right? They won
what a season.
2 in a row coming in here.
Yeah, they
22 wins.
And they sort of made an adjustment after the first of the year. 15-5 after the break because they broke down all of their shots and found out they were taking too many contested mid-shot clock shots. And they worked on that as Arsenault pull-up jumper no good. Rebound by Mercy Miller, no good, he's fouled. Houston, 3 consecutive #1 seeds. You know, they have a great history. Houston does for basketball.
Well, I will mention Phi Slamma Jamma, but
Yes.
just because I'm an NC Stater, I have to say that. Right? It's required in Houston broadcasts.
First shot is good for Miller. Houston, 2 national championship appearances, 6 Final Four appearances. Of course, 2021, their last one. All out of the Midwest region.
You know, and if you start putting that checklist together for what it would require to win the entire thing is elite level defense.
Check.
Interchangeable players that can guard 1 through 5, okay? Run the floor and score. And they can score with a complete offensive package. They've got shooters on the outside. They've got ISO interior play. And they're connected. They've got all the intangibles.
And that double team just cut off that pass on Thomas. Arsenault thought about it. The other part of it, too, with Roberts playing today, the ankle injury for now brushed aside. And they don't have to worry about injuries, which have plagued them the last couple of years. 12-1 run for Houston, and this is who they could play next. Our next game, Gonzaga against Georgia, which is going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game, and both these teams have size and they have some experience. It'll definitely be a totally different matchup than SIUE. And I think also to add for a team to get to the Final Four and win a championship, great coaching, and they have Kelvin Sampson, who's one of the best, and a little bit of luck. And this team, as you can see, a program. When you have been a #1 seed 3 straight years, that's very hard to do.
Staying healthy.
And staying healthy, yep. Well, Sharp will check out after he makes those free throws. He has 8. Jefferson will check in, the redshirt freshman. He's played only 49 total minutes this year, but getting a chance to step on the floor in an NCAA March Madness game. Ryan Taylor directing traffic. Rashawn on the bench for the moment.
I mean, Mercy Miller, also Jefferson. They haven't played a lot.
Nope.
They look like they fit right in.
Shot
Same
clock
intensity.
Shot clock is at 2. They'll throw it up for 3. No good.
Do you think in Kelvin Sampson's system that those guys go any less hard than the others in practice? I mean, Good for Jefferson getting an opportunity here. I'm sure he has earned it in practice every day.
Thompson powers his way to the basket, and he's fouled. 70-31, 7:52 to play here in the second half. Was there thought that the 1 seed would be upset in Wichita? I don't think there's a thought anymore. All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Yeah, here the 16 seed has not had a chance today against Houston. It's 70-32, but how about the #1 overall team getting pressed a little bit by Tony Matlock's Alabama State?
Congratulations to Alabama State, giving them a game so far. It's March Madness. Anything can happen.
Mercy Miller off the screen. Jefferson replaces him. Some extra bench players into the game for the first time for Houston. Shot clock at 9. Jefferson's pull-up J, no good, and Rayshawn Taylor will run it down. Cedric Lott is in the game for the first time. He's number 2. He's the redshirt sophomore from the Ivory Coast. Miller into the paint. Miller off the side of the rim, no good.
But offensive rebound again, and there's a 3 that I thought was down.
Arsenault can't convert. Malif up the floor. Rayshawn Taylor for 3. Nope, it's still quiet from beyond the arc. Their low this year is 3. They've only made 1 today.
Just seems like everything is short.
You know, when you have that, that's tired legs.
Right.
I think for them is so much energy in boxing out, so much energy in trying to run with this Houston team. They look tired, hands on their shorts. That's a sign.
Well, now Pope to the line. Scoreless versus Mount St. Mary's. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. That was in the OVC championship game. And off the glass, great angle by Malik Wilson.
He's over 1,000-point scorer in his career.
Yeah, came in with 1,112. Started his career at Louisiana. Spent the season at Texas Tech. Taylor for 3 again. It's good. It's just the second 3. And he's at double figures. Just the second 3 for SIUE.
Really nice screen by Thompson.
It's only the 1 field goal now in the last 17 minutes for SIU Edwardsville.
That's Houston's defense.
Yep.
They are all over.
Mercy Miller's been short on a couple of shots. Ball tipped around. Rayshawn Taylor's had an amazing career, and you knew that he would eventually get 1 to go down.
Great for him. As you can see, nice screen. Comes off, gets his feet set. He got a chance to see that one go through. The contest was late, and he knocked it down.
Also, nice sportsmanship afterwards. Knock a guy down and pick him back up.
Under 6 to play. Wilson. Fade away for the baseline, no good. Lott with the rebound. Boy, he is big. Shot clock is at 5. Wilson again. Wilson for 3. Off the side of the iron. Miller with the save, and it's out of bounds. It'll remain Houston ball.
This is the second team in practice every day, so you know how hard they got to go into the first.
Right. Jordan Pickett will check back in.
Cedric Lott has some good size. Jefferson, Mercy Miller has some good practices.
Inbounds goes to Miller. Miller bumped as he throws it up, and Thomas with the rebound. Thomas has been hampered today because of the fouls. Transfer from Bradley at Eastern Illinois. Extra pass, Taylor for 3, no good, in and out. And Arsenault with the rebound for Houston. Miller for 3, no good, and Thompson.
Miller is getting his shots.
He sure is.
He is getting them up.
Coach Sampson sitting back, hands over his head, shaking his head, no. I love the standard that he has set, right?
Yes.
That's exactly what that is all about. It doesn't matter who's wearing the uniform. Standard's the same.
And what a following, too. I mean, the Houston fans are definitely coming out to support their team. Wilson cut off at a double team. Leaves it up top. Jefferson, shot clock at 5. Miller thought about it. Now he'll take the 3, and it's no good.
No, he didn't think about it. He was getting it up.
Yeah,
he just fumbled it a little bit, Tom.
TNT is your new home for NASCAR this summer. Tune in beginning June 28th on TNT and stream on Max. For 3, and no good. Bounced off everything. Now it's at the point where it seems like SIUE, they're just trying to get something, getting shot up. This game is out of hand at 72-37. Wilson somehow kept his pivot foot. Jefferson tried to leave it for Lott. Ball kicked around, saved. Shot clock is at 2. Wilson for 3. And Lott with the rebound. Powers his way underneath. Blocked away. Up top for 3.
Jefferson.
Good.
You're going back and forth. And hey, Deb, you got me on Coach Sampson watch. Look at his body language right now.
Yes.
He's getting some guys in, though.
He is.
He's going to have some fun film tomorrow.
That's what you want.
Thompson in the paint. Thompson with his left. And a rebound ripped down by Wilson. Houston has missed 14 of its last 15 field goals, and they're 3 for their last 31 combined, or the two teams are 3 for their last 31 combined. The 2. I don't even know if you can say there's a lid on the basket.
Well, both teams just kind of breaking off their offense a little bit right here, and
playing in the backyard.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, it's their moment right now. Go ahead.
Taylor, nice pass. Thomas tried to slam it. He's fouled hard.
That's a collision.
72-37, 2:53 to play. The 1 seed is up comfortably. It doesn't look comfortable next to Kelvin Sampson, though.
They have 14 field goals. They had 10 in the first half, all 10 of which were assisted. And on the other side, Houston, who shot 61% from the floor in the first half, 62% from 3, is shooting 21% here in the second half. And I think that's what has Coach Sampson feeling a little bit uneasy over there.
Yeah, Thomas' second shot, no good. He made one, missed one.
They've played. He's done the right job. He's got a lot of subs in. They haven't shot it well.
No, that's right.
He just wants something to be mad about, because this team has played extremely well. Love that he got the young guys in. SIUE, they needed to make some shots.
Our game summary for today's ball game. We mentioned 72-38. Houston is on top with 2:35 to play. Brian Baroni's team, the OVC champions. Looks like he's starting to empty his bench a little bit. We're bringing a couple extra guys. So here's the game summary. Rayshon Taylor held to 10 points on 3 of 13. He's about to check out. And guys, his legacy is not about his last 4 or 5 years. It's about what he will mean for this school in 20 years, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, program's all-time leading scorer. He left as the Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year this year. What he's been through, it's just been phenomenal. He will live on forever in that program.
I hope he realizes that, right?
I think he will. I mean, and it's going to take some time. Obviously, there's some sadness that it comes to an end. However, he led the league in scoring this year, and he didn't have a good shooting night, and Houston has a lot to do with that. But when you've gone through the adversity that young man has gone through, and overcoming 3 ACLs and accomplishing what he's been able to accomplish, you know he's set for a bright future.
1,962 points during his career. Dylan will inbound.
Deb, just to talk about that, 3 ACLs total, but 3 ACLs within 5 years. That's just unheard of.
Here's Dylan, sweeps in, doesn't get the layup to go down. Under 2 minutes to play. Houston looking to advance to the second round here in the Midwest region. Miller still trying to get that bucket to go. And the steal by SIUE to the corner. 3 from the corner, no good. And the ball tipped around. And there's a layup and a foul.
Good job, a good pass. As you see Jefferson streaking out, gets a chance to get a bucket, and his teammates are extremely happy for him. Red shirt freshman.
Yeah, that is kind of cool to see their reaction.
Yes, it is.
I mean, even if Toronto for SIUE would have made that three, the fans that have followed from
Absolutely.
From the campus.
It means a lot to see the walk-ons, the guys that have put in as much time, that are a part of playing their role to the best of their ability. You see the emotion on SIUE and their team over there. They're celebrating what they've done this season, and that's the way you should.
You should
behave.
You just saw Reynard Horry, number 15, and yesterday his teammates and the coaching staff presented him with his practice jersey, which he's worn all year long, but it never had his 15, his number 15 on it. Well, yesterday when he arrived for practice, it did have the number 15 on it. He's one of those guys that works hard. Reynard Horry, a sophomore from Southeastern Illinois Community College. He doesn't have his name on the jersey, but now his practice jersey is inclusive with everybody else. It was a great story.
Well, Deb said it. You know, they practice hard, and I would say even Deb, they practice harder because they have to be the scout team. So they have to come in early and learn those plays, learn the plays what you have, and then go out there and play against first unit guys. Kudos to those guys, and great job to see on both sides these guys getting a chance to play.
So the three is deflected. Locke got a piece of that one. Here comes Mercy Miller up the floor. Under a minute to play. Jefferson for three. It's good. He's got 5. Little exclamation point from the bench.
Houston played well in the first half. They are set for a deep run in this tournament. Up next, Gonzaga and Georgia. It's going to be interesting. The winner gets Houston on this side of the bracket.
Yeah, as many of those 8-9 games are, it is definitely going to be interesting. Kelvin Sampson says, come over to me. Just hold it for a second. 5 on the shot clock. Jefferson, lot, foul going up by Thompson. And Lott will go to the free throw line.
Great size by Lott. Just looking at him, Deb.
Know it.
6'9".
What upside. Incredible.
A lot of upside. Plays hard.
They're going to need him next year.
Yeah, Lott, 6'9", redshirt sophomore, in and out. Got to make sure you dress properly. And now the second shot. 37-point lead for the Houston Cougars. And Lott gets a bucket.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. One last possession for SIUE. Coaches are about to meet at midcourt. Toronto, 1 second left, doesn't get it off, and the Houston Cougars, for the 8th straight season, advance to the second round. They win it 78-40. We'll take a break and be back for more here in Wichita. 78-40, the final score. The #1 seed, Houston, here in the Midwest, moves on, and A.J. Ross is with Kelvin Sampson.
That's right. Coach Sampson, congrats on a dominant first-round win. Your largest lead was 40 points. I don't think we saw you crack a smile. You were still critiquing your guys, demanding more. What can you say about the standard you demand from those guys, no matter what the score is?
Well, they're used to it. Other people may not be, but I'm not coaching them. I'm coaching these kids. Yeah, I just like the way we started. LJ and Emmanuel got us going. Milos, you know, able to play our bench guys the last 8 or 9 minutes. So it's good to get everybody some minutes and get a good win and move to the next round.
Yeah, your bench accounted for 33 points. Your defense was relentless. Yeah. When you're executing like that, where is the ceiling for this team?
You know, for us, it's just about playing to our standards. We have standards. I'm not into prognosticating. I know that this time of year, the toughest teams that play to their identity, those are the teams have the best chance. So we're just going to keep doing that.
We enjoyed watching. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Great way to say it. Teams that play to their standard are the ones that advance. So Houston advances. They'll take on the winner of Gonzaga and Georgia, the 8-9 game, which is coming up in about a half hour or so. So once again, the final score, Houston knocks off SIUE 78-40. Tournament games continue live now on CBS, TNT, and True TV.